punter Bradley Pinion to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. And his first pass falls incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Another carry for Robinson. He gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, it's Penix. Into the hands of Dell. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. So gets 16 yards on that play. And that's a Falcon first down. Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A toss now to Robinson. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Yes, a smaller gain on the stat sheet with that counter run, but it does diversify their run game portfolio. Makes those guys, and especially the edge defenders, think a little bit. And Kate, I've told you once, I'll tell you 100 times, I love the play action that comes off of that same counter run action.
This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more?
And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
For the extra point.
Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they... And that's no good. I don't think the snap and hold were clean, and he is not able to knock it through. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Here comes Malik Washington. Down as he gets it to the 33. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. He is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
19, 20.
Throwing on first down, Willis. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. There it is. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins find an answer with their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. You can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out. So they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Staying with Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 6 and a first down as well. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Has room down the left sideline. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons take a 5-point first quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go.
Makes the score Falcons 13, Dolphins 7.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Washington now to return. Making some progress here. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Come on.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Willis. Caught, nice gain left side. Big man's showing up the yards. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins tie it up late in the first. And that right there, Brock, is a a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. Connects downfield. On target to Dell. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Now Penix off the play action. His back, it's Robinson. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's the end of one here. We've got 14-13 on the board. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. From the gun, it's Robinson. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Gets this one to London. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. Drake London with the touchdown. Polk with a point after. And the Falcons push their lead to 6. It's all lined up. Polk ready to send this one flying. Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Running with Achane here out of the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Willis. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Willis now, 3rd down. It's his running back. And he's going to wind up out of bounds on 3rd down, so they're going to be forced to punt this away now. On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. He has it at the 13. They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Throw left side caught by Schultz. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Escapes the defender. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50s. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open. A little punishment to stretch plays when that tackle tries to meet him in the hole.
1st down play, that's a 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Dumped off to his running back. And this one doesn't go far. Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. Falcons on top inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 60 Eagles.
From the shotgun, Penix. Flushed out now to his left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set. 18, 60 by 6. 60 by 6. Take over.
Penix working from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
Gain of 1. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
Would have been a 45-yarder, but instead the offense staying out there. They're going for it on 4th. Trying for it with Penix. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Throwing now on 1st down, Penix. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. defense to the line fast.
Almost at 4, brings up 2nd and 14 at the 28-yard line.
Penix finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. So a dime look defensively from the Dolphins here on this 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. The kick by Folk is good. And that'll make it a 2-score game. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Washington now to return. Showing a little burst so far. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19 target.
Second half begins with a run by Achane. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And that is the Dolphins' 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just 1 play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
60 Bobcat. 60. Go.
Willis to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Ready.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Ready. Hey.
Throw here, 3rd down. Cut at the 10-yard line. He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Patterson tacks on the extra point. And the Dolphins cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Tompkins on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. He's caught. Robbie Oots makes the play. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. So call this a modest game here, Brock. About 3 yards. Second down coming up.
You know, Kate, these are what I call the body blows. It's not a home run if it doesn't deliver a chunk play, but it's these runs of 1 to 5 that keep you on schedule and take a little bit of steam out of that defense.
On second down, Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with third down and 5.
Brings up third and 5.
Here's Penix to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Intended target was his running back. And it sets up second down. Here's A-Chan up the middle. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
A-Chan. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins jump in front now by 5. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is first and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Continuing to move past the 45. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Here's Penix and the Falcons. They're looking to tack on 2 more.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, the math was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, it's certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready, go!
At the shotgun, they'll give it to A-Chan. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Working from a gun, it's Willis. Escapes the punt. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And the Falcons get to it. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 35-yard line.
2nd down and 19 yards to go after that sack.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Take over.
Here's Robinson up the middle. They're on good for 8. Now they've got 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The kick by Folk is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
What a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Washington returns. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Willis to the air. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. And bring the tight end left. 2nd and 10. Here's Willis. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. Give him 38 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down Miami.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By getting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Bronco 80, 19 Lions.
Willis now. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now.
They'll throw 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Come on, set. Nice.
Shotgun snap now to Willis. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get this tied before the end of the third. Patterson on for the extra point. Pressure off left, and it's blocked.
All these years later, I can still hear my dad, a high school football coach, say big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. And that, my friends, was a big-time moment. And now should energize this offense to go on the field and go take that lead.
And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Here's a toss right side. Robinson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up second.
So through three, we're still knotted up in what's been an absolute shootout. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the fourth. Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11. Robinson on the inside give. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Third down, it's Penix. Cut down the field, it's Pitts. Space on the right, and he's got room. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a fourth quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7.
41. Dolphins 34.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Return coming from the 6. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
It's Achane on the inside give. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Here's Willis. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he has this down to the 34. A pickup there of 39. And that is a Dolphins first down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. But it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Achane, a first down carry. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Ready, set.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
You're not. Ready.
Throwing is Willis. Escapes out to the left. And he goes down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
What a great play by the defense. Play breaks down, but that defense stays disciplined. Nobody loses control, and they end up stopping him for a loss.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing on first down, Willis. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Working now from the gun. And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions that made this 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Start. Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. 19.
Looking to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he gets back to the line, but no more.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the pocket.
They run. It's H.N. And he's not going to get anything, as that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Let's go. 60 Bobcats. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
To throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Got it. Ready.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Handoff for Robinson, running right. And he will have this to up around about the 15-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for that defense. You pin him back. It's a terrible field position. You run the ball, but they run it right down your throat and move the chains. That stings.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense to the line. Second down. A toss now to Robinson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Third down give to Robinson. And they drop him just a couple yards beyond the line. It's fourth down now. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. Fourth down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And they could elect to just take the safety here. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield.
Washington on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 19, Charger, 19.
He'll look to throw it. He brushed him off with ease. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Setting up to pass. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is to throw. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
Time not on their side here as they get set for first down. No timeouts remaining either. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half.